Now, as I'm sure you're all curious about, of the two brothers, Eracles is to be given the burial of the greatest of heroes, with full military honors for fighting for his city. But his brother, Polonices, however, for returning after being banished and revolting against his own brother and city, shall be left unburied, with no ceremonial honors. No one is to say a prayer for him or move the body. He is to be left for any and all animals to do with as they want. The penalty is no less than death. I hope there isn't any misunderstanding, and you can see why I called for this, but no traitor will be given honors while I stand as king.
That's not fair. Why should only Elachis be given military honors? At least bury Polonices. His soul will stay restless forever, if not.
Antigone, what happened? Why did you ask me to meet here?
Yasmin, have you heard Creon's decree?
No, I haven't heard of it. Why?
See, Creon gave Elachis the burial of a soldier, and Elachis does deserve it, but Polonices fought just as bravely. Creon said no one shall mourn for him or bury him, and that he will be left there, a market for any hungry animal that walks by. And the penalty for disregarding his decree is death by stoning in town square. I can't stand it, and I came here to ask for your help. Help me bury him.
That's crazy! Who would do that? You said the punishment was death.
Just help me. Prove that you're really a true sister or be known as a traitor to your family.
You're mad. You know how bad the deaths our parents were. And I know for a fact you know about our brothers. But I think how much worse ours will be if we disobey the laws of authority. I'm sorry, but I can't help. I beg that the dead will forgive me.
Fine. Don't follow me after this. I'm going to bury him, and if I'm killed, then I lie in death with him.
Sir, something terrible has happened.
What is it? Just say it.
The body of Polonices. It's been moved altogether.
That's impossible. No one should have been able to move it unless they have a death wish.
I'm sorry to be the one that brings this bad news, but it's true, and we couldn't find any traces of who did it either. There weren't any footprints, and it was like no one was there at all.
I see. So then it must have been you who did it. Or maybe you helped. Just sold yourself, that's what you did. You must be one of the people that are against me.
You don't know what you're saying. You're just paranoid. When we find out who did it, we'll show you, and you'll see. You'll be wrong.
This is her. The one who moved the body. This is Antigone. Is this true?
It is.
Very well then. Ismene, Antigone, take a seat and tell me. Didn't you hear my last law? He was to be left there. It's a shameful reminder of his own death.
I do not regret what I did. He deserved a burial just as much as Elachis. This wasn't a crime. I know my cause, just as others would agree.
Then go down with the dead. You and Ismene. She'll be accused the same way you are. Just get them both out of here. Take them to the dungeon, furthest away from town. They are charged with double punishment, and whether they live or die is their decision. Tiresias, it's been some time. What news do you have?
I'll tell you, but you must listen. You should know, your luck is beginning to run out.
What are you trying to say? Your words, they're scaring me a bit.
If you really want to know, then listen like I said. Something is wrong. I sat to hear the voices of the birds, but instead I heard an unknown cry with an omen. Its tone filled with an evil that I didn't understand. These birds seemed to be tearing at each other. I was afraid, so I set up offerings at the altar, but what showed was disturbing. Unusual slime seemed to pour out of the fire, and the offerings became tainted. The rite had failed, and it's not any better throughout the city. You brought this on us. The altars and earth are stained, and the gods are not hearing our prayers. Think, we all make mistakes, but a good man knows the wrongs he did and fixes them. You fought with a corpse and killed a dead man, but where's the honor in that? I'm begging you to fix your mistakes, for your own good.
Your words, they sound like someone who sold his own wisdom for hire. Yet, I know it's not my place to challenge a prophet.
But it seems you forget your place, and I know mine. You've brought this on yourself. There's repercussions. You will pay back, one body for another, and the gods don't waste any time in their punishment.
They worry me a bit too. I think you should take his words into consideration. I think you should free Antigone, and let a proper burial take place for Polynices. But it has to be you that does it.
Only now do I see. I should have thought about this more clearly. I've been going about this all wrong. Have others bring the supplies that we need. We saw it all. His son tried to attack him, but he took his own life instead, and he lied there dead next to Antigone.
Does the queen know about this yet?
Your Majesty, Your Majesty, believe me when I say I'm sorry in the most sincere way, but I won't try to sugarcoat what happened. It wasn't a pretty sight, but the king had locked Antigone away in a tomb for her crimes. Haman had tried to reason with Creon, but they ended up parting ways. He was found in the dungeon Antigone was locked in. They both took their own lives, it seems.